What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Today, it is time for the Week 15 Premier League predictions, and I want to give a shout out to Troll TV, who left their predictions on the previous video. To be honest, they didn't have the best of weeks, and some of their tips do actually contradict the score prediction, like 2-1 to Palace with a Liverpool double chance tip, but I said to myself before I got to the comments of the video that I would include someone who correctly predicted Burnley to beat Wolves, and this guy was the only guy that successfully managed to do that. So massive shout out to you. If you want to be featured in the next episode of the Premier League predictions, then leave your comments down in the comments below. In fact, I think there are so many fixtures coming up right now over the Christmas period that I might not be able to get a comment featured in the next episode, but either way, leave your predictions down there. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to OneFootball, who are sponsoring this video. They are a free app on iOS and Android, and they are running a Boxing Day predictions giveaway, and that's what we do best here on the channel. We do predictions. So if you want a chance to win a jersey from your favorite football team, then all you need to do is go to the link in the description and enter their prediction giveaway by filling out your predictions for the Boxing Day fixtures, like I've done in this little graphic here and will be doing in this video, and you can be in for a chance to win their giveaway. Now, since predicting those games for the OneFootball giveaway, I've actually changed my mind on one of them, so this is going to be interesting. And kicking it off, we have that very fixture, Leicester up against Manchester United. Leicester came off of a fantastic result up against Tottenham, a 2-0 away win, and Man United beat Leeds 6-2. Now, I thought I did pretty well. I predicted Man United to beat Leeds 4-2. I got the narrative of the game pretty much spot on. I just didn't expect Man United to go and score 6, and we can thank two very, very early Scott McTominay goals for that. So obviously in the graphic for the OneFootball giveaway, I predicted a draw between these two teams, but after seeing the way Man United attacked against Leeds, I mean, Leeds had a fair share of shots and their defence was very, very open, and also looking at the Manchester United-Leicester head-to-head record, I decided to just tip Man United to win this fixture with my score prediction. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to United because their away form has been very, very good. However, Leicester, obviously, it cannot be looked past. They are second in the league and they just beat Tottenham, who are one of the teams everyone's talking about this year for potential title contenders. So Leicester will not be an easy team to beat. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester United, but my tip is going to be Manchester United double chance and both teams to score. Now, next up, we have Aston Villa up against Crystal Palace. I mean, this is going to be, I think this is going to be quite a close one. I know Crystal Palace did just lose catastrophically 7-0 to Liverpool, and Aston Villa beat West Brom soundly 3-0, which was a fantastic result for them. I think this is going to be a closer game. Obviously, the last time I said it was going to be a close game between Crystal Palace and someone else, it ended 7-0. So I do think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to give the edge to Aston Villa. I see them getting back-to-back wins here, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Aston Villa, and my tip is going to be Villa to win at 1.9. Now, the next fixture, it is Fulham up against Southampton. I think there are going to be goals in this fixture. Fulham were unable to get the 3 points away at Newcastle last time out, drawing a 1-1, and Southampton, well, it's kind of frustrating because they played very well in periods against Manchester City, but they were unable to take their chances. I truly think the difference between Man City and Southampton was not a Man City player. It sounds harsh, but I think it was Che Adams. He had so many chances to put them in front. Danny Ings had a couple, but then he went off injured in the first half. But Che Adams, if Danny Ings had all the chances that he had, Southampton would have got at least a point out of this game. So I don't know the situation of Danny Ings' injury, whether or not he'll be back for this game, but I think they'll have enough to beat Fulham in this fixture. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Southampton, and my tip at an amazing value is Southampton to win at 2.3. I see it more likely that Southampton beat Fulham than Aston Villa beat Palace, and Southampton's value, like odds, are 0.4 higher than Aston Villa, so that might be worth a shout. Now, next up, it is Arsenal up against Chelsea, and oh my goodness, I genuinely think this could be another L for Arsenal. It's so peak for Arsenal right now. It's really tough times. I did say Everton were the favourites in the previous game week, but I didn't have the heart to predict an Everton win because it's tough to predict an L for your own team. I went for a 1-1 draw, but tipped Everton double chance and under 3.5 goals, which came in. And Chelsea, I predicted them to score 3 against West Ham and win, but I didn't predict them to get a clean sheet like they did. So I think Chelsea are going to be poised well enough to win this game. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Chelsea, and my tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.75. And I guarantee for many seasons before this, both teams to score in an Arsenal-Chelsea fixture, the odds would have been like 1.5, 1.6 maximum. The fact that at home, the odds are 1.75 just shows how hard Arsenal are finding it to score goals and take their chances. But I do think, because Arsenal and Chelsea games, they do tend to have both teams scoring. With the previous 4 meetings between the two teams, seeing both teams to score, I think Arsenal will be able to get on the score sheet, but ultimately in vain, with Chelsea taking a 2-1 win, and my tip, of course, being both teams to score at 1.75. Now, the next fixture, it is Manchester City up against Newcastle. I was unsure whether or not to pick an absolutely massive win for Manchester City or just to keep it calm and composed. And Man City just got a very, very good win against Southampton 1-0, and I don't think City are going to go absolutely crazy this time out. I'm going to go for a fairly low scoring but comfortable enough 2-0 win to Manchester City, and my tip is going to be half-time, full-time, and -1 handicap for Man City. So they have to be leading at half-time and win by 2 or more goals at 1.61. So that should happen, in my opinion, unless Newcastle pull off an upset. I mean, to be fair, maybe both teams to score might be a shout. I think Man City could just leak one here because they're at home against Newcastle, a team they should beat very easily, and that, as a result, sometimes does weird things in the world of football and may lead to a Newcastle goal. So bear that in mind, but that is my tip nonetheless. Now, next up, it is Sheffield United up against Everton. Everton beating Arsenal, being the favourites as I tipped, and Sheffield United not losing as I tipped at 2.1 last week with Sheffield United double chance. I did tip a Sheffield United 1-0 away win, and despite getting a first half red card, they were 5 minutes away from winning that game 1-0, but then Danny Welbeck came and stopped Sheffield United getting their first dub. But I think had Sheffield United not got the red card, I think they could have got their first win of the season, as I predicted. I think given the nature of Sheffield United and Everton as well, for the most part, I would say this is going to be a low-scoring game. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 away win to Everton, and my tip once again is going to be Everton double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.61. The reason I've said under 3.5 and not under 2.5 is because Everton could have a really good day and win 3-0, or maybe they could win 2-1. Sheffield United obviously put 2 past Man United, so I gave myself a bit of a cushion by just saying less than 4 goals. Now, next up, it is Leeds up against Burnley. Leeds had so many chances against Man United. That game, if everyone took their chances, could have ended about 9-7, something crazy like that. It was unreal. Leeds had a decent amount of possession, they had a decent amount of attacks, but they were just wasteful in front of goal, and Man United were far more clinical in that game. And Burnley, a fantastic result up against Wolves, as I mentioned earlier. Barely anyone correctly predicting that one. So I think Burnley, as a result of that result against Wolves, are going to be able to get on the score sheet. I think that ties in with Leeds' leaky defence. So I think Burnley will score, but I think for a team like Burnley, Leeds will actually be able to capitalise with their attacking and free-flowing style of football and will be able to win quite comfortably. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Leeds, and my tip is going to be Leeds win and both teams to score at 3.1. So some pretty good value there. Now, next up, it's West Ham up against Brighton. West Ham woeful against Chelsea, unable to get a goal, and Brighton finally managing to get a late equaliser against the 10 men of Sheffield United. Brighton really have been struggling to pull off the results. I think finally the good performances and lack of results is catching up to them, and they really can't get any sort of form going. So I'm going to go for a Hammers win. I'm going to go for 2-1, and my tip is West Ham to win at 2.3. And I tell you what, Southampton to win and West Ham to win, both at 2.3 as a little double, is something I might dabble with. I might dabble with the double. But next up after that, we have Liverpool up against West Brom, and who knows what score this one is going to be. I'm going to go for a high-scoring 5-1 win to Liverpool. I don't know why, just 5-1, why not? I see it happening, I guess. And my tip is going to be Liverpool -2 handicap. So they have to win by 3 or more goals, 3-0, 4-1, 5-2, etc. at 1.95. I think the value is pretty good for a rampant Liverpool side at Anfield who are scoring goals for fun. And that's the thing with the Liverpool Palace game. The goals they scored were exceptional. Every single one. There was no cheap goals that I can remember. They were all, in their own way, brilliant. So it was a fantastic title-winning performance from Liverpool. Now, the final fixture, it is Wolves up against Tottenham. I was debating whether or not to go for a draw in this one and change my mind from my Boxing Day OneFootball predictions again, but I've stuck with a Tottenham win just. I think had Wolves got a result against Burnley, I'd be looking more at Wolves. But if Wolves are capable of losing to Burnley, Tottenham losing to Leicester shouldn't be an issue, and Tottenham should be able to bounce back and beat this Wolves side. In theory, it should be a 1-0 either way because both of these teams keep it tight defensively, and they always have low scoring games. But I don't see both teams not scoring. I weirdly think Wolves are going to score in an effort to bounce back from their defeat to Burnley, but I don't see Tottenham not winning this game. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Tottenham, and just because the value is quite good, I'm not entirely certain this will happen, but I'll say my tip is both teams to score at 1.95. I think this could easily end in a 1-1 draw. So that is going to do it from me and my predictions in the Week 15 of the Premier League. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like on it. Leave your predictions down in the comments below for me to read. I do read them all, and check out the link in the description to get involved with OneFootball's Boxing Day giveaway. Massive shout out to them, of course, for sponsoring me and the channel and keeping videos like this going. So that is going to do it from me. If you did enjoy it, as I said, leave a like on it, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you in the next one very soon.